Alrighty, welcome back, YouTubers. So we've kind of averted the crisis, kind of, but we're just going to have to live with the fact that we have a bunch of salt water in our system, and that's not good for our system. Um, I don't know, plants will probably die, but we've got plenty of calories, so we've got a 100,000 calorie buffer. We're probably gonna be fine. We just need to keep making sure this gets cleaned up, and yeah, that was really my fault. I was being very dumb. Um, Honestly, I'm not too sure how to handle this situation. I know I can like bottle water, so I'm probably gonna need to start bottling water somewhere out of this system for the supercomputer because like this was our only way to get the water. Let's see, plumbing, bottle drainer, bottle emptier. What's the difference between a bottle drainer and a bottle emptier? Anyways, how do we get the water out of our system without having a pitcher pump? Pitcher pump, liquid shower, wall toilet. Oh, that's cool. Laboratory. Give duplicates a place to relieve themselves, empty directly on the outside of the wall. I would expect so, but I don't really want to know about that. Um, empties bottled liquid. Okay, so that makes sense. How to bottle filler? Okay, so we can just have a bottle filler somewhere up here and like cut down the amount of time it takes for our guys to have to like get there. The green here is sewage, isn't it? I'm pretty sure that's sewage. So if we could just put a bottle filler somewhere like right here, and then we'll just fill some bottles. Plumbing, yes. Oh my god, we put so much salt water into this. I had so long to fix that problem and I just never did, and now it's come back to bite me, and I should have seen that coming from a mile away. That's this game. You should have seen it coming from a mile away, but you didn't, and now you feel stupid. Did I put the plumbing into that? Yeah, okay. Alright, so this is slowly like winning out. Like eventually we're going to just get all the we're just eventually going to get all the water out of our system, and this thing potentially will be a big help for that. We'll probably put someone on pumping water or salt water or whatever, and then, I don't know, maybe we'll manually dump the salt water into the system or something. I don't really know. I don't really care. As long as it gets done, that's my philosophy right now. As long as it gets done. Someone has a skill point? Super hard digging? Yeah, actually. Go ahead with that. That way we now have someone who actually has all the digging credentials. As a side note, I had a really awkward moment. I'm kind of hesitant to tell this story, but like when you say the word digging, you need to be very, very careful because if someone's not really listening, it can sound like another word. And yeah, anyways, long story short, no one actually took offense to it or anything. It just and no one heard it, but I heard it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I hope that no one heard it and thought something else. But yeah, anyways, we're not going to use that word too much because I'm just super nervous about that kind of stuff. We kind of live in an age of censorship now, and while I don't condone the use of that word, I also don't condone censoring people who, didn't do anything wrong. And that word is wrong, I want to clarify, but what I mean is, like, people, like, you need to make sure you're not making any mistakes when you punish someone. That's one of my views. Like, that's one of the reasons why I'm against capital punishment, because you can't take that one back. Anyways, how do I make someone bottle this stuff? Automatically stores piped liquid into bottles for manual transport. Bottles, fillers allow duplicates to manually deliver water from place to place. Okay. Perfect. Liquid intake pipe. Alright. So now we just need to get away we just need to get the salt water down here. So we need a bottle, emptier over here. Plumbing. We need refined metal for a bottle drainer. How about a bottle emptier? Empties water. You know what? We could probably just empty brine into this too. It'd be fine. Saltwater brine, all of that stuff. So like, if there's any kind of bottles there, that's fine. Anyways, material, blueprints, config, 200 kg. How do I make them actual? I guess I don't know. I honestly don't know. Well, whatever. We're just gonna keep at this for now. So this thing finally has power. So let's put this on priority 9 and just get some of those, let's just get some of this stuff, made. So this turned out to work just fine, I guess. Not really how we wanted this to happen, but yeah. Anyways, let's just see what happens. This continues to be a nightmare down here. It'll continue to be a nightmare for some time, but at least we're getting some oxygen into our system, and hopefully our old oxygen diffusers are like doing something. How much more salt water is in our system? Because that's kind of like the... Yeah, there we go. Why is nothing going down here? For the love of God, just handle this. Just handle this. Alright. 9. Hey, if no filter is selected, what's the point of this thing even? I actually just realized something. What is the point of this thing if we're not actually filtering anything? I guess the point is that, like, hydrogen goes up here, so in the end, and oxygen goes up here, but carbon dioxide. What is the point of this second one now that I think about it? You know what? I'm honestly not too sure. I think I can just get rid of this. And now we may be going back into another one of those adventures where I forgot what the point of something was, and then we, like, break it, and then we regret that. But anyways, yeah, maybe we can just pump, like, straight from here, because this is where the oxygen and the hydrogen is, and that's where we actually want to get things from, so maybe we can lower our overall power usage just a little bit. What was that phone alert? Nothing important as near as I can tell. Anyways, got some... I'm waiting on some calls, but, like, I don't know when they're going to come, because I don't know. Like, honestly, I think it should be like a crime to call someone when they're not expecting you. Like, you should always like text someone ahead of time and say, "Hey, I'm gonna call you at X or Y," and if you don't, you should be prosecuted for that. Like, obviously, I'm joking a little bit, but also like it's pretty awful when you just get some random calls. Anyways, so this system seems to be up and running perfectly, and I'm pretty happy with what's happening here. In fact, if anything, we seem to have accidentally made this whole area work even better. Like, we may even need to start pumping in carbon dioxide as it pulls stuff in, or maybe we could just open these doors. I don't know which, but yeah. As long as we keep, like, making this work. Whatever. Priority 8 this, please. And then we can shut this thing off, and we're just gonna shut it down. We're not going to remove it just in case it was doing something important. Oh, hey, look, we're out of power. Great. Anyways, how is our power system looking right now? Power. So, like, theoretically, we could run almost everything over here off heavy wires, and then we can remove this from our power system, and then we can reroute these to do other things, and that could really relieve our power system a little bit. Let's see what happens here. I think the easiest way to connect it would be like right here. That's a little, well, I mean, I guess we could just connect it here and just accept this as a weird little hallway we have no intention of ever fixing. I think that works. I think that works. We're just never gonna fix this hallway. Um, I think we need a transformer here so we don't like overload this thing, maybe? Is that what we need to do? But we're probably not going to be able to do that actually, right? How big are the transformers and can I put them anywhere here? Power transformers. Transformer? Power transformer. Yeah, it needs to sit on top of something and I don't think that's going to count. I guess we could just remove one of these and then just have like a crawl space here, but then... Crap. Crappy crap and crappenstein. Well, maybe we could, like, do it down here instead. Yeah, which way is in again? Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So we're just gonna... Actually, we'll put we'll put a little bit of tile here, actually. And then we'll have the power transformer here. Power transformer. Power transformer. Or transferer, whichever it is, I don't care. And then we'll put the wire into it. And then we can just take this wire down here, connect that in, and that should be fine. We'll put that on priority 7 for the construction, I guess, so it gets done. And then we will real quick pause because I don't want to overload this system and cause even more problems. We need to snip this somewhere. Which one is going into this? So this one is going here, so we snip this wire right here. This wire specifically, please, on a priority 9, and then we can just take this wire up and have this one be somewhere else. In fact, if anything, maybe we just don't do that, because all of these transformers are together, so maybe we'll just not put that one else anywhere, and we'll just see what happens. Alright. We put that on priority 9, so it should get done pretty quickly. So before we flood this one with power. What do you mean, no power? Is it because... Oh yeah, these things need to actually run. Wait, what's happening here? Power. Yeah, this thing should have power. Why doesn't it have power? It does have power. I don't know. We probably need to, like, create some batteries and over here as well, just so we have batteries. I feel like I've really messed up the batteries, but I don't care anymore. There we go. And then boop, and then boop, and then boop. Gotta boop the snoot. Remember to boop the snoot. Everyone loves a snoot boop. My dogs actually hate that, so don't take that advice. Well, they don't hate it, they just kind of get annoyed by it. It's like, what are you doing here? What are you doing? Why you boop my snoot? Let's see what's happening here. Do we get this built? So now if we disable this building here, put that on priority 7 so it actually gets done, we just use less power. Because I think, starvation, who is starving and why? Like, we have so much food. We have 117 calories. Go eat. Like, you are not even that far from the table. Building lacks resources? I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Let's see, where else are we? What else are we doing here? We'll real quick check our plumbing overview. Alright, so we've mostly got the salt water out. It's still probably a problem. Why is there no water going down here, though? Empty pipe? Yeah, I realize it's empty, but why is it empty? Oh, it's this thing. This thing hasn't been deconstructed. Do that now. Because once this is done, this should take over for our entire system. I guess. I don't really 100% know. I think that's how it's going to work. Fluid physics in this game are wild. I prefer I think I prefer the fluid physics in Factorio, but they're also a little weird sometimes. Honestly, just do this like your life depends on it. Get it done. Like, we're up to 2% stress, and fair enough considering oxygen is getting harder and harder to get. Because we're now pumping carbon dioxide to our base again. Anyways, if you're starving, it's your own fault. Just live with it. Research isn't happening because we don't have water going to resources. Or researches, creates pre-built, so like, let's put this on like a 7, so like, liquid actually happens. I don't know. I hate these duplicates. I hate them all. Anyways. Joy. Let's see. I guess they aren't going to do... Okay, yeah, this should get done. So then we should have water going down here again. Let's just check real quick. I think it's going to take time, and we're also going to temporarily pump some water we don't want to a couple of places, but whatever. We'll probably break these things at least one more time, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like the water's slowly traveling through. Like, overnight we should be able to get our things done. Anyways, what do we want? Dew seeds? I don't even 100% understand what those are, but we're going to take them because I think even one more duplicate's probably going to put us over the edge and we'll have a spiral of doom. Alright, who had skills to learn? Max? You're also a researcher, so we're just going to keep going with the research so we can have 2 researchers. I think Harold was supposed to be our main researcher, but I'm not 100% sure. You know, it's, the number of spammers on Twitch is actually higher than I really expected it to be. There's a fair number of them. What's happening here? Insufficient lead resources? That's because I didn't want lead. I wanted this to be made out of basically anything but lead. Power, get rid of these, get rid of these, get rid of these. And then go back to the heavy watt ones. Power, heavy watt. There we go. That should make that actually work now. Already 7 on all this stuff, because we want this to start taking over some of our power needs. And I think this is just going to be a better space for this than this. Is what it is. Anyways, if this doesn't get built eventually, I'm going to have to kill some duplicates. 7, please. That also needs to be a ladder, actually, now that I think about it. so they have a way to get down here, and then we'll seal it off after it's done being built. We know from experience a little polluted oxygen is bad, but they're gonna live. Their lungs will filter it for us. We don't need fancy filters. We have duplicates in their lungs. It's really not great that our mess hall is full of chlorine gas, but that's just gonna keep being the thing. Eventually it should be sucked down as we get rid of the carbon dioxide, I think. How's the power, or how's the plumbing going? Like, I think we've almost got all of the salt water out of our system, so yeah, it looks like we've got all the salt water out of our system. This should be fine again. Just mop it up, please. Just get this mopped up as you can. Make sure these things continue to work. Yeah, okay, so we finally got oxygen going again. Yeah, look at that oxygen. How's our ventilation going? Ventilation. Yeah, look at that, look at that. That's almost pure oxygen. We might even be able to turn this back on again soon. I mean, I guess we're just going to have to turn it on, period, because, like, it'll break a few times as it filters out the carbon, but carbon dioxide, but it'll be fine. I don't care anymore. I thought I told you to disable this building. Deconstruct the building, I don't care. No, wait. Yeah, deconstruct the building, 8, I don't care anymore. I just want it to go this way, not this way. Well, actually, instead of deconstructing this, which takes longer, maybe I could just deconstruct this pipe. Yeah, there we go. That makes more sense. Just deconstruct this pipe. And then disable this building. I don't know why it's doing stuff, honestly, but whatever. Anyways. Yeah, I get it. You need to breathe. It's fine. Like, I understand your need to breathe. You're only mortal, but I don't accept that, and I don't want it to be the case. 9, maybe? Maybe 9 will get it done. It actually looks like the oxygen's kind of filtering out here. We're actually winning back against the pit of doom. But yeah. What are you... Oh, okay, well, whatever. Hopefully this is right. I'm pretty sure I canceled the deconstruct order, but maybe I wasn't paying attention. Alrighty. Anyways, let's see. So this should be fine. This we need to focus more on. This is our new priority because we want this done and we want this pit filled. Come on, get the pit filled so we can just close this off before we get too much polluted oxygen in here. Like, we kind of won against Yuck Lung, so we'd like to stay that way, please. Does this actually generate carbon dioxide? Yeah, it actually generates carbon dioxide, so maybe, like, we could also set up a oxygen generation post over here. That could be an option. Then we'd have 2 oxygen generation posts, which would also potentially give us more hydrogen, which we have finally hit the point where our hydrogen is running 24/7. And I would love to be able to get to the point where we were running hydrogen 24/7. Yeah, look at that. That thing's finally perfect. Like, ironically, we kind of fixed our issues. Some of our issues, anyways. And since we got rid of this, we should now be power, oof, sorry about that burp. 360. So this uses 360, this uses 240, and this uses... how much? 120, and this produces 800, so... could be better, could be worse. We're still gonna need the peat burners, but they're just what they are. Why are these things not running? Did we run out of peat? No, but we are dangerously close to running out of peat. We're going to just do some mine orders around. Like, just get some mining done. There's peat all over the place. If you can mine it, just mine it. If you're not busy doing something else, you should be doing this. Like, just mine. Just do it. I guess there's nothing wrong with, like, mining down here. Like, we're just making it more... we're just going to make it so that, like, it's more, it's just deeper. It's not like it's gonna be a problem for it to be deeper. Why is there chlorine gas down here, anyways? I'm sure someone who's better at this game could come up with a really cool system whereby, like, all the gases are, like, taken to a central facility to be sorted, and then, like, they tank them or they put them into pipes or something. Hi, honey. Oh, dang. She already left. Okay, well, my wife was here for a second. Anyways, I guess she didn't hear me. Well, anyways, that doesn't mean anything to the people on YouTube because they don't actually see this, but yeah. We need a ladder here, actually. Yeah, can we just, like, dig down for a ways over here? Maybe this can be, like, another pit of water, even. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Like, this can just be a water pit, I guess. And that will be how they get out. Cancel. Oh, cancel. Oh, I did. Oh, right, I need it on all, not power wires. And then we'll just have, like, little dig order. Well, actually, we don't want a dig order here. Anyways, is what it is. What was that? Long commutes? Yeah, I'm sure there's some long commutes. Okay, so this is cool right here. I don't know what 100% this is. It actually looks like there's a glitch here, but whatever. We need to get some stuff built up here. Manual airlock, manual airlock. We should finally be able to have exosuits, hopefully. That should be in stations. Exosuit station. Atmosphere, Atmo, not exo. Alright, so anyone going beyond this point needs an exosuit. And this is where we put the exosuit thing. Where is that? I think that's in auction, actually. No, it's still in stations, maybe? Where's... Yeah, Atmo, that's the checkpoint, and this is the actual dock. I don't know why they felt the need to make that two separate buildings, but whatever. It is what it is. And now we can finally get some people up here to maybe start doing stuff. But yeah. Hopefully that works. We might even need to make almost a second colony up here of people who are just working on this thing. And then we'll have like a divided colony or something. I don't know. That would be one way to expand out, I guess. Oh, hey, he's cured of food poisoning. That's amazing. And why are you starving? Stop starving. There's food right there. I know you don't want to gas yourself to get food, but it is what it is. There's no gas down here. Anyways, yeah, look at this. This is a sparkling utopia down here. Let us see what our ventilation system looks like. Yeah, we're just pumping out pure oxygen constantly now. No excuses. Yeah, no excuses, honestly. You can get oxygen for going in here, and you can get atmosphere suits for up there. This is a really long commute, so we might need to just decide on some people who are going to be our asteroid people. I don't know. Like, maybe we could send the science team up there. That seems sensible. Although running power all the way up there seemed pretty crazy. Yeah. Anyways, also, one thing we could do is just, like, this. Like, that would be a ton of stuff that could be dug. There we go. Anyways, so that'll give these guys something to do if they're not doing anything better. Our plants seem to have survived the saltwater fairly fine, I guess. We haven't done any research. No, wait, we can do research again because they are using the bottle filler. That's perfect. Great. What else we got? Honestly, like, now that we've got oxygen working and we're kind of working on power again, I think we're doing pretty good again. We need to build some ladders over here, though. Yeah, there we go. That way they can actually build these, jumbo batteries. Did this do anything? Yeah, we're slowly making nickel ore. I guess we'll refine, like, 10 more as they have time. Like, we don't want this to be a super high priority, but if they have nothing better to do, we're fine, man, we're fine. How is our power overlay doing? This system is fine. It has a maximum of... Yeah, the potential load is 845, so this whole area is fine. We probably want to try to break off some more, even. What's the max watts on this thing? This thing is just fine. Like, there is no problem at all with this system here. What else we got? I guess just not running out of peat's one of our main priority, and the best way to do that is just to continue digging whenever we get the chance. Like, just narrowing out tunnels, I guess. By the time we're done, this isn't even going to be an asteroid anymore, it's just going to be a destroyed hunk. Which I'm fine with. Mine, baby. Drill, baby. Not in real life, but in this game, yes. We're a rabid industrialist in this game. We are the bad guys, definitely. Alright, so anyways, let's speed through the night. I don't care about these guys. Good lord, what are you doing all the way over there? It's not... I guess not being able to breathe is what you're doing over there. How's the carbon dioxide doing, honestly? I feel like we're losing on carbon dioxide, so I'm going to try to set up another place to, absorb carbon dioxide. So we're going to slow down time a little bit over here. And, carbon dioxide sinks, so maybe instead of dumping this water down here, we'll create another one of these kind of rooms, but we'll do it right this time. Let's see. Well, honestly, well, we kind of already handled this, so maybe we can just suck the carbon dioxide in from over here, honestly. Yeah, there we go. We'll create like a road from over there. There we go. This is going to be the bottom floor, actually. And then we are going to put an oxygen scrubber here. And then we will put the... What is it? The actual sucky thingy. That's his technical name now, the sucky thingy. My brain kind of just completely failed me. Gas pump, that's what the technical name of it is. We'll put that here, and then we'll put the gas filter right here, and green to white, perfect. And then we'll put the gas pipe right here. And then, I guess we don't care about filtering anything if I'm being honest, so we'll just like take this up through here. And this might be a risk, but whatever. Like, maybe this one will take over half the system and this one will take over half the system or something dumb like that. So, like, that might be a problem, but we do intend to make this one run constantly if we can. So, yeah. We're gonna need a pneumatic door here to make... Wait, no, we're gonna put that on the other side, actually. Cancel that. Cancel that. I have no idea what I just did there, but anyways, presumably something. Manual airlock, and then we're going to, like, create a roof here. There we go. And then manual airlock here, and then we'll eventually, once we get the ladder over here, we'll get rid of this, but we just want them to build, so... Yeah, actually cancel all of this, and then... This room's probably bigger than it needs to be, but whatever. Big. And then we're gonna make this a fairly high priority, I think. So all of this is gonna be like priority 7. There we go. Priority 7, all that stuff. Our, ant farm is slowly becoming an actual ant farm. It's actually pretty crazy. Alright, so hopefully we're going to, like, have our... This will, like, finally take care of our oxygen problems for good. I have no hope that that's the case, but if it does happen, I'd be amazed. And we're just gonna put a ladder here. Yeah. Alright. And we need some wiring, too. I completely forgot about power. I guess we could just, like... Yeah, there we go. Oh, wait, I almost forgot. I need to put a hydrogen generator up here. Yeah. I guess we'll just put a transformer up there too and bring it back into the main system. I keep calling them transformers, but they're called something else. Oh wait, no, it's a transformer. I'm correct. I'm always right, man. Power transformer. So we're actually going to put the power transformer right here, and then we're going to put the hydrogen burner here. Yeah, we need one more tile, but that's fine. And then we're gonna put this wire here, because this thing shouldn't together generate all that much. And then we're gonna put a heavy wire here. Get rid of this. And this might be a disaster, but I think this is fine. I think this is allowed. We'll find out. Either we blow the system out, or I'm right. One of those two. There's no middle ground. Let's see. We also need to ventilate the actual gas into here. So we need to filter hydrogen gas. Perfect. Need to get our tiles up here so they can... And then we'll get rid of this ladder here and put a tile there instead. All of this needs to be priority 7, of course. All of it. There we go. Like, we are just creating a nightmare escape, but it is what it is. Yep, there we go. Perfect. Now we'll put the tile here. Also, like, I've noticed that the cold is actually slowly spreading out of this area. I don't know if that's gonna be... Holy crap, what is this? A Rex. I guess that's the alpha predator of this area? Yeah, this thing is mean. It eats people. We're gonna leave that alone. Anyways, we're just gonna leave that alone. We're going to assume it's not going to be a problem for us personally, but we are gonna leave it alone. Alright, hopefully all this project has also gotten us some more peat, right? Yeah, we're going up in peat again, that's fine then. Alright, is the ladder priority 7? Yeah, okay. And then we're complete idiots and we did this. Jeez, I don't know. My brain does not work. I guess we actually need to deconstruct this and put one of those, other ones here. Yeah. Obstructed by heavy wire? Yeah, sure. Get rid of that then. We'll live with this for a second. It's just a little water. We can clean that up. Alrighty, YouTubers, I hope you've enjoyed this one. I think we almost have this base under control again, as I've said at the end of almost every episode. If you're curious to watch ahead, it's on Twitch. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.